You knew what to do. You knew the assignment. I don't say anything on that one.
Yes, sir.
All right, good show. Long show. Lots of talking.
It was a lot.
It was a weird show without all the other fun stuff we do. But coming out of WrestleMania, I thought we had to take the whole time to talk about WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Fucking right before we went on air, the computer just went crazy, and it never fails that it's like right then that I turn it on, and all of a sudden it starts screaming out, "Your NVIDIA driver is out of date." I'm like, why in 2022? Why can't my drivers just update themselves?
I have no
Why
idea.
are they relying on me, the guy who has no fucking clue how to do that, to then go watch a 10-minute YouTube tutorial?
I was just about to say that.
On how to update my NVIDIA drivers. So I spent the first 10 minutes, which then in turn changed all the settings in OBS to make the audio go through external speakers. It's a fucking nightmare. It pisses me off because I know Jay scrambled to get us that video today, and then it doesn't get fully put into the episode, but I will put it
a separate video.
I'll put it as a separate video in our YouTube channel so that people can see it. And then next week we'll get on track and we'll get that shit fixed. And
I'm gonna go back and watch it too.
Plenty of time to check it. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and watch it.
He always makes me laugh. So
definitely, I've had so many compliments about that segment.
Yeah.
About people saying, like, so many people have said, and it's funny because this is the sentiment like that I hear when people talk about Jay. They're like, the first time I watched it, I was like, what the fuck is happening? And then the minute I realized, like, this is comedy, they're like, oh fuck, he's gold. He's great at this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So once you get the rhythm that Jay's putting out, it's fucking great. And I love that segment, and people love that segment. And this was a weird one. And like he even starts off the video, I saw the first part of the video saying, like, nobody really cares what happened in AEW this week. Let's be real honest.
Yeah.
Like this is the week where WWE takes over the fucking world.
It did.
Yeah, it was amazing. We go over what we did. We went to WrestleMania. I fucking destroyed our car while we were there.
Yes, you did.
I drove into a curb.
But in your defense, you could not see the curb, so I'll give you a pass.
So we got to Dallas or Addison, Texas about 10:30 at night.
Yes.
Checked into our hotel. We've got our two kids. Fucking, how old are our kids? They're fucking 7 and 10. They're getting old as shit.
Yeah.
So we got our two kids in the car. They're so fucking excited. They're screaming and yelling. We're trying to figure out what's open to eat. We pull out of our hotel. Bless you.
Thank you. Sorry.
We pull out of our hotel, drive down the street.
Sorry.
There's a lane. I'm in a lane that is a straight driving lane that then just disappears and turns into a turning lane. I'm trying to fucking figure out where we're going to eat, and I just clip a curb and destroy. Are you all right?
I had an allergy attack.
I destroyed the two rims on our van. And so luckily insurance, great. They're going to cover it all, fucking take care of it. But that was the start to our WrestleMania weekend. But you got it all handled, got it all. We got right back on track. And by the next day we were at WWE Superstore Fan Access, which was insanely cool this year. I've been to 5 other ones, and I remember the first one I ever went to was so much fun because it was the first one. But this one, by far, I don't know if it was crowd size. It felt like the crowd control was remarkable. They didn't do superstar autographs, but I don't think that was missing.
No.
I feel like there was more other stuff to do.
This was my 3rd one, actually.
Yeah. Now, I did hear a lot of complaining, and I get it. Like, you had to pay to get in, and then this year you had to pay to do some of the experiences. Now, if you know anything about me, I hate fucking lines.
Me too.
I hate lines. And so $15 to $20, that's that sweet spot of money that gets me to go, I'll pay that to not wait in a fucking line.
I agree.
So we were able to do like 3 superstar entrances. We were able to hit the Alexa Bliss playground. We did see Kevin Owens just walking randomly through Fan Access.
Hell yeah.
He broke a Stone Cold cutout and then spray painted a wall. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Fan Access, if you've never been to a Fan Access, it's something as a wrestling fan you have to do at least once. Whenever WrestleMania comes to an area near you, figure that shit out. Like,
at
figure
least
out.
Go to that. If
that's
you
what
can't
I'm
go
saying.
To WrestleMania.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to go to WrestleMania. Even after going to this WrestleMania, I look at it and I go, as amazing as it is, it's not the most fun I had all weekend. the most fun I had was definitely at Fan Access. And
It was so
especially
cool.
with kids. If you have kids, even more. But even as an adult, it's the fucking Disneyland for adult wrestler, people who like enjoy wrestling.
Yeah, I did that like wrestling entrance thing. Okay, I felt like totally embarrassed and dirty to do it, but I was like, I'm gonna regret this
You're
if I
talking
don't
about the
do this.
C4
Yeah,
energy. That was a cool booth, and that was a free thing.
was
You got
fun,
to
though.
you got to stand in a miniature ring, and they had like a motorized camera that came past you. No, man, the whole thing is set up to be fun, and like WrestleMania weekend is so cool to me because typically as a person, like I feel like when you walk around just everyday life and you're walking around, there's a level of like threat and hostility that surrounds you. Like people just, I always feel like there's a potential for a fight to break out.
Yeah.
When you're in WrestleMania, it honestly feels like the most chill place in the world. Like everybody is just fucking friendly.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody wants to talk to you. And I'm not a talky person like in public.
no,
Like I can do this all day, but when I get around people, I'll listen and I'll like, yeah, cool, that's awesome. I don't have a lot to say back to you because I don't want to argue, I don't want to fight. That's not what I'm there for. But yeah, like everybody talks to you. It's a lot of people that smell funny at WrestleMania.
Yes,
A lot of people that
yes.
smell funny.
Yes, there is.
Deodorant could be passed out as you walk through the door.
some toilet paper,
That-
maybe.
That is okay to do. But it was awesome. And then the plan was after that was to go home or go back to the hotel. And Saturday morning, we had tickets for RCW.
But you're leaving out a big part, bro.
What am I leaving out? Oh,
You're leaving out.
yes, I am. I was trying to think, what do we do? So we went to the Bianca Belair
And Street
and
Profits.
Street Profits panel where they talked for about an hour. And that was phenomenal. That's what even pushed me more to want to do this other show we're doing about the documentaries, where you watch the documentaries, because there's so much I don't know as a casual wrestling fan. There's so much I don't know about these wrestlers.
True.
And going through we went through the catalog of the documentaries. It's cool. There's a lot of like 20-minute documentaries on there. Just, I guess they just kind of give you a background. Like the Liv Morgan looked interesting. I don't know if there's a Kevin Owens one, but I'm interested to see that.
The interviews with Bianca and the Street Profits, I honestly would say that was one of my favorite parts of the weekend, only because me personally, I enjoy getting to know about the wrestlers. That's what makes me like a person or not.
Exactly. You identify that you're like for the actual wrestler by their personal life. And it felt a lot to me like everything that Bianca Belair and Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, everything you see on TV, that's who they are.
I agree 100%.
They are not, and they all like and
humble.
How the fuck
Extremely
exactly?
humble.
Like how do you judge this in 1 hour? But they gave off the vibes of being super chill, super humble, and like super appreciative of the spot they've been put in.
And then my super mom side like kicked in because I like cried at one moment because I saw like our girls looking at Bianca Belair.
Well, that's super. I mean, that is
And-
cool when you think about it. The level of role model that she is, and she even spoke on it. Like she typically doesn't do the sexy outfits, and and the like just not inappropriate because I wouldn't say anybody.
No,
WWE's
because she's one of the
inappropriate.
most covered ones, but I'd say she does it tastefully. And I think it's so awesome that like she makes her own freaking.
So did you know?
costumes and
Someone
stuff.
told me she makes her own theme song too.
No, I did
That
not
she
know
made
that.
the theme song.
That's freaking awesome.
That's crazy. Super fucking talented. And she made, if you haven't seen it, look at our TikTok. Montez Ford is on there. He had on the dopest pants in the world, and she made those pants.
Yeah, for sure.
So after that, we got to go to, where we go? RCW, which is our local wrestling company in San Antonio, Texas. And we've been now, that would be our second event. We went to one event here in San Antonio, and then I thought, hey, just for the hell of it, let's go to an event in Dallas. And I was impressed, man.
It was.
That
It was very
so
good.
much fun.
I thought it was so cool because, like, first of all, we sat front row. So, like, you got to be right in there, and our littlest one got, like, super into it.
Yeah. And I
So
talk
that
a
was
lot of
cool.
shit about, like, New Japan Pro and like, things like that. It's because I don't I don't live that life.
Yeah.
There's only so much time for me to consume wrestling. And I've chose to watch WWE. Tried AEW. Not for me. It's great for everybody else. You like 5'9" guys flipping around? That's your fucking flavor. You go for it.
Yes, sir.
I like WWE, but I have kind of carved out a little spot for RCW inside my head.
Yeah.
So much fun. so entertaining and a lot of talent. You don't realize the level of talent that exists in the independent wrestling world as a casual wrestling fan. I get it. Like, there's some people who follow this shit so hardcore and they get it. But you have to understand, like, I got a million other things going on in my life. Wrestling is not something I research. I enjoy watching it. I can talk about it. This is 100% a casual wrestling show. But going to see that event was like, oh man, there is talent that exists outside of the major promotions.
Yeah, for sure.
Like high levels of talent and high levels of entertainment even. And I should know the guy's name that does the RCW shows. Ooh, but he puts together a hell of a show. Like, he
reminds me of a circus ring announcer. That's what he looks like to me.
He's a wrestling guy. I mean, he's definitely a wrestling guy. He's got every look of a wrestling guy.
But like, he's memorable.
I don't think. I mean, he's just a booker. He's a promoter, and he's putting on a hell of a show. And it was in a little Lions Club, and it was fun and exciting, and our girls had fun. I think that the women's wrestlers are in this independent, and maybe this is just RCW. They're talented, man.
Yes,
like they're as talented as like, and I know this is like fucking hyperbole and fucking overreaction, but like I feel like they're not far off from someone like Carmella.
Yeah, definitely.
In a talent department, right?
No.
And I know a couple of
personalities are huge for me in wrestling. Like,
well, the personalities are huge in wrestling. That's my issue.
Yeah.
That's my problem with a lot of AEW is that people's like, but he flips and does moves real well. And
I need something more.
I do too. I'm like, yeah, man. I said it. I tweeted it the other day. I said, I'm a sports entertainment fan. That's what I am. I need to be entertained. I am not here to wrestling is just a part of sports entertainment for me.
Yeah.
So then I jump on SeatGeek, right? Because I heard Pat McAfee talk about SeatGeek all week and how great SeatGeek is. And I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to jump on SeatGeek and just for shits and giggles, I'm going to see what it costs to get us inside of WrestleMania. And once we get in the building, fuck it, we could go sit in a corner and watch TV, right?
Yeah.
And I get on and there's $35 tickets. They all exist. And they're all where you need an oxygen tank to sit down. And I can't do that. I understand. There are people who can do that and they can have a hell of a time and they can enjoy it. And I fucking envy those people.
No, I go in panic attack mode.
Yeah, I'd have a heart attack. So I can't do it. So I look and I go and SeatGeek color codes things by color, right? There's red means don't fucking waste your time. And then there's like yellow and then there's like orange, yellow, light green, and dark green.
Yeah.
And everything on this fucking map was red. And then you had some green at the top. And then just like out of the weird blue, there's a green circle, dark green, in the first set of risers.
Yeah.
And I click on it and I go, $100, $140. That don't make sense because everything fucking around this is $1,400, $1,500.
Yeah.
I do a quick Google search. Do they sell fake tickets on SeatGeek? Nope. SeatGeek guarantees it. I snatched up the $440 tickets on the first set of risers. Somehow we ended up sitting fucking...
Wait, no. First of all, we went to our seats and we're like, oh my God, these are amazing. And then...
some guy comes up and taps us like, hey man, you're in our seats. I'm like, oh, fuck it. My seats are fake.
Yeah.
They're fake. And we go talk to the usher and they're like, no, you're in the next one down. It's like, oh shit, we get to go.
And I just looked at you and I was like, oh fuck, are we really here?
We get to go down with those people. That's fucking awesome. So that was a fucking blast. And night one was the night to go to.
It was so
I couldn't have
amazing.
done 2 nights of Mania.
No.
Like we were so fucking tired when we left. Night one was the night. It was the night tailor fitted for me with Bianca and Becky, with Stone Cold and Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, my favorite. I don't know who my favorite wrestler is, to be honest with you. I say a lot of people are my favorite wrestler, but I don't know that, like, now that I'm super back into it, like invested, I'd have to sit down because Xavier Woods is on there. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Bianca Belair.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'd have to go Bianca Belair just because I'm on my hype. You know, I'm a
but
person
I've been
jumper.
on that. I've been on that train.
I find something else. Oh, I really like this person because of whatever. But I've always liked her. She's just on my favorite list right now. But I will say that even going to like WrestleMania, I missed watching it on TV because I enjoy the commentary. I enjoy the camera angles and everything like that. And at certain points, I didn't know what was going on because it was so quiet and like you told me it was because we were in such a big arena that like I couldn't hear the smacks or like things like that.
I've been to WrestleMania 5 times. And the thing that I've noticed is even when you're on the floor, you're so far away from the ring that the sound is either late getting to you.
Yeah.
Or it's non-existent. And it was non-existent in that arena because it's so big. And it is a weird feeling because you're basically watching the TV on mute.
Yeah, that's what I felt
if you're
like.
watching TV on mute. But I don't know that you're there.
But the entrances were so cool and everything and the filling and everything was so awesome. I mean, when Cody Rhodes came out, there, like I was in the aisle with the kids and this guy behind me literally threw himself on the floor. There were people crying. He was dressed like Riddle, which I thought was kind of cool at first. And then he like threw himself at the floor and you see the people around him like, is he okay?
There were people crying when Cody came out. And there were people crying when Stone Cold came out. And that's not a lie. There were people in front of us that were crying.
I mean, can you imagine if this is somebody that you've looked up to all your life or whatever that you admire?
I don't know. I'm never that emotionally invested.
I mean, I could see it. I can
see it. I'm just never that. I've never that emotionally invested. Was I excited? Fuck yeah. Did I scream? Fuck yeah. I was excited. I don't know. I can't say myself crying. Why do I want to fucking Stone Cold these? Just fucking
I don't know.
Hit him
just
in the
do
fucking,
it.
I feel like I need to do a TikTok. Like one more TikTok.
Yeah.
And fucking go straight Stone Cold and go outside and hit these together and fucking
liquid death waters. You gotta squeeze them though and just put them all over your body.
That's a waste of liquid death though.
Those are $2 cans.
Good show. I'm excited for Saturday. And fucking if nobody shows up, I really don't care. We'll just talk me and you. I can talk to you all day. I'm excited about that. We'll watch WWE Evil episode 1. We're gonna watch it together. Or we're gonna watch it separately. I feel like if we watch it together, I'm going to talk through the whole thing.
Yeah, I would rather watch it separately because you're like a pauser.
You know me.
I'll fucking
like click here. Look, see this?
Let me tell you about this.
Let me tell you about X, Y, and Z that happened here.
No, I want to watch it by myself so then I can ask you all those questions.
I don't have a big knowledge of Hulk Hogan, so this should be fun and interesting to see the kind of the heel side of Hulk Hogan. Especially.
I know Hulk Hogan from Hulk Hogan Knows Best.
So you know like post wrestling Hogan.
Yeah.
That was like reality TV Hogan.
Yeah, that's my version of him.
And what's weird is I know Hulk Hogan's done a lot of fucking bad shit, like and said a lot of bad things.
But I think all of these wrestlers, or anybody, if you dig in your past, somebody has done something, some worse than others.
Racism is right? Well, yeah, a line. Like I have zero racism in my past.
Me neither. I don't condone that at all.
So that I don't understand. But he also then comes off as like if you can't erase it, but like if you didn't know about the racism, he seems to come off as like a fucking likable guy. But I guess a lot of fucking racists do.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm excited about that. And
we're setting up our booking software, so we'll be able to book guests and get that all going. It's a fucking ordeal.
We'll get an email going for the people to submit 20 questions so they don't have to find me on TikTok
anymore. We're going to reorganize.
Anymore.
I don't know, 20 questions may end up being on the after show.
Yeah.
Trying to get that, it's hard though. Trying to get that full episode, the CWC podcast, down to like a tight 45.
Yeah.
But it's hard.
Yeah.
Because I get going and I get to talking and I feel like there's so much I want to talk about.
There was so much you said and I wanted to talk about.
But I knew there was no way we were doing that tonight.
No.
I knew I was going. Like the fact that we cut it off at an hour.
We would have been going for like 2 hours. So.
I could have talked for 2 hours because I just basically, when we got to Raw and I look up and we're at 40 minutes, I'm like, I can't, I'm tired. I'm fucking getting exhausted. My mouth's dry.
Yeah.
Then the Jano's wrestling thing didn't go right. So I got a little frustrated and came back and breezed through the news and finished it off.
I do want to point out 2 things though.
Go for it.
Number 1, when Rick Boogs got hurt at WrestleMania, that was like my worst fear because every time that we watch wrestling and somebody falls or gets hurt, I'm like, are they okay? Are they okay? And then he didn't get up and I was like, Dustin, he's not okay.
And I think
he's not okay.
You programmed me because every time someone's selling an injury, you're like, he's hurt. He's really hurt. He's obviously really hurt. He's done. He's out. I'm like, no, they're good at this. But yeah, you did. You called it. You go, I think he's really hurt.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know.
And then the second thing that I thought was so cool, when freaking McIntyre cut that rope, that was just so epic for me. Like I think I talked to you for like 5 minutes after that about him cutting the rope and just like, cool. Oh my God, I can't believe he did that.
And what was cool was then like you get to see when you're there, you see the ring crew jump in immediately and have to reset up the ropes, and they set them up, and then I think it was either Dominic or Ray was getting in the ring. Yeah. And the middle rope just collapsed and they were like, oh shit, this is not ready.
Yeah. One thing I will say that is different, like being there, is There was one person that we were sitting next to, and they were just like, "Oh, they didn't sell that. They missed that. They missed that."
IWC,
and I was like, "Dude,
100% like cliche, prototypical IWC, like 100% sitting behind us and like botch, missed, botch."
But he also knocked over my drink, you stupid
agree.
butthole.
I agree.
That was $6 Diet Coke.
That was like textbook internet wrestling troll. Like, watch this. I know what's about to happen,
Yeah,
and then
just
like
fucking
calls it completely wrong. He's fucking up there. Shane McMahon, you assholes. Nobody's gonna know who it is. It's like it's fucking Cody. You can suck a dick on that one, motherfucker. that ain't fucking Shane McMahon. That's Cody Rhodes. And then no, I agree. Fun weekend. I'm so exhausted and I'm excited. Like it rejuvenated me for watching wrestling.
Come to San Antonio, we're going again.
Yeah, I'll definitely gonna go to wrestling again. And,
yes.
But it rejuvenated. Like there's a lot going on. This Ezekiel shit. I have no clue.
I'm excited for it.
It's one of those things. It's like I'm crossing my fingers. I feel like for them to do this, because the truth is, like, Elias was over enough, as over as you should be, and then to go, we're gonna scrap that. We're gonna get rid of that character. They like, please tell me you had an idea that you go, no, this is gonna be good.
What if Elias is going to take over Rick Boobs till he comes back?
He just becomes Rick Boogs too. Like he's like, I'm Rick Boogs' younger brother.
Yes, that would be funny.
I think he's Monday Night Raw though.
We'll see. It could happen.
You got anything else?
Nope.
All right, you could kill it.
All right. Bye.
You got to learn how to stop.
I forgot.
These things.